Right now, people are searching the Standard Chartered price prediction for 2026, and it's surging on Google search trends, over 1,700% just this morning alone. And this major bank keeps revising their forecast, blaming institutional adoption for being too slow. Here's why that doesn't hold up. Standard Chartered predicted Bitcoin would hit $300,000 at the end of 2026. Then they cut it to $150,000, then $100,000. Now they're even warning it might crash to $50,000. 3 revisions with the same excuse every single time. Institutional demand was not what they were expecting. Here is where I push back. From May 15th to June 3rd of 2026, just weeks ago, the Bitcoin ETFs recorded their worst outflow streak in history. 13 consecutive days, $4.3 billion drained from the funds. And yet, cumulative net inflows since January of 2024 remain above $54 billion. Institutions kept coming anyways, and I'll link that article below. If we take a look at BlackRock, their Bitcoin ETF became one of the fastest growing ETFs in history, in Wall Street history ever. Strategy holds over 800,000 Bitcoin. SpaceX holds nearly 19,000 Bitcoin. And I just wanted to say, I think it's so funny that Jamie Dimon is now pushing SpaceX. The man who called Bitcoin a fraud is now personally pitching SpaceX to 2,500 of his wealthiest clients. And I think they're doing some sort of roadshow today. That is not weak institutional demand. That is the most institutional conviction that an asset has ever had. Here's what Standard Chartered is getting wrong. The ETF outflows are one narrow slice of the institutional demand. Corporate treasury allocations, OTC purchases, nation state reserves, none of that shows up in the ETF numbers. Remember that. There's an entire ecosystem of Bitcoin happening on the peripheral outside of ETFs that no one is really privy to. They're measuring a small window and they're calling it the whole picture. Right? Remember, bankers don't really know what's going on. They don't know the people using Bitcoin to fund infrastructure in the middle of Africa with excess water from their dams. They don't know any of that. And their forecasts missed all of this. They revise the number and keep the narrative intact. Remember, they could have agendas behind the scene, right? Maybe they wanted to go lower. Bitcoiners have been front-running Wall Street for years now. And I don't think, my personal opinion is I don't think Wall Street is too happy about a bunch of plebs getting in before them. That's just a personal opinion. So just to recap, they had 3 forecasts in 3 months, each one revised down. And that's not analysis. That's a bank managing its own credibility. Bitcoin's fundamentals and thesis have not changed. Let's not listen to a bank that's been wrong on many occasions. Bitcoin's price shouldn't be your investment thesis. And as always, if you're going to buy Bitcoin, make sure you send it to cold storage. Peace out.